Hello guys, it's the abstractionist. Still recovering from my cold. Really, I'm just eating dairy now and it's just fucking up. Yes, I still got this birthday gift. Birthday balloon hanging up. Who gives a shit? Birthday was 2 weeks ago. Anyway, so this is for Neptune. This is the Neptune Solstice reading. Trying to see how level it is, and apparently it's not too damn level. Fuck it. Anyway, this is Neptune, the Solstice reading. But not necessarily about the solstice. It's just a time period I decided to start. So solstice until whenever I do this next reading. So anyway, Neptune. I know Neptune is because I ate the ice cream. I know Neptune has gone retrograde. It's going retrograde until the end of the year. Probably leading to 2022 because it'll go out of retrograde. Then it might go back into retrograde. I don't know. You know, before it fully comes out or whatever. Anyway, no, that might be when it's changing signs. Anyway, it is retrograde though. I think it went retrograde around the new moon in Cancer, somewhere in there. Anyway, I'm not an astrologer. I'm intuitive astrologer, meaning I look it up and I ponder it, but I haven't taken any formal courses and shit. Solstice, Neptune solstice, messages. The last video I did was moon, and they were so clear. So I'm gonna ask that anything from the heart chakra up comes through, mainly because I think that helps the messages be exceptionally clear. You got laser swords, helps them shits be clear. Anyway, what are the messages that Neptunian people need to know? What are we gonna do? We're gonna be a Neptune and fire. A lot of changes. Okay, bottom of the deck. So you got the Queen of Wands, Three of Pentacles, Knight of Cups, the Star, Seven of Pentacles, and Ace of Swords. I don't know why, but this is so far into the future. Neptune and fire. Or Neptune and Aries. This is just really deep, really clear thinking. So coming to one's own, three wands again. Coming into one's power, making sure that they understand what life is all about. It's almost like it's going back. Okay, you got 5 wands. Going back, 2, 2, 2. In time, it's almost like some of you guys, this isn't a signal, trust this. It's almost like a signal, or a decision of if I were to come back, this is what I would want to learn again. 2 of Swords. Oh. 2 of Swords. If I were to come back again, this is what I would learn based on what I've been able to accomplish. Some of y'all really do want to come back. Okay, King of Swords. King of Wands, 8 of Wands, 10 of Swords. So some of you guys also are just ending the Emperor. Yeah, that Neptune and fire, Neptune and Aries. By the time Neptune gets in Aries, I think it's another 4-ish years, it'll be fully in there, I think, minus the retrogrades. So in another 4 years, you will have come into your power enough to kind of know where your destiny is. Or Neptunians, when the North Node gets into Aries, you'll be able to put this shit into, I was going to say perspective, but you'll be able to use and utilize whatever you've learned, and you'll really have turned over a new leaf, because when the North Node goes into Pisces, it'll kind of be like that karmic reset too for some people. Neptune and Aries will be very like, you'll see things very clearly, and obviously the more wrapped in delusion you are, the harder it is to see and the more like appalled you are by what you see. But it could be like ordinary shit that you're seeing and you're like, oh my fucking god. And it's just like, bro, like almost like your tolerance to see the truth is like so low that anything is triggering. So be aware of that. Like, be aware. You're talking about me and my immunity. Make sure that your spiritual immunity is up. I don't study the cards enough to know if the Two of Swords is a lower octave of the Justice, but try to stay in the higher octave of this energy of decisions and writing things and trying to figure things out. Stay in the higher vibration, meaning you got to utilize that Ace of Swords like a lot. You got to be exceptionally clear on things. The Emperor again. So it's really important to come into your power. So some people are going to like see truths about themselves. They're going to see truths about situations. See truths about disappointments, about things that seem far away. So you like your dreams and shit like that, like things that seem like elusive, you gain a lot more clarity on. Judgment. And then some of them you're gonna let go. I just had a whole freak out, so not part of this is for me. But for a lot of you, you'll be able to let a lot go. It could be related to fire energy, like certain fire energy, certain things that used to light you up or used to make you excited or used to make you happy, like no longer do. And there may be just like an exploration of why you were drawn to it in the first place. Queen of Wands is very alluring. And then you have the Death. So for you guys, fire seasons may be death cycles for you guys, even though death is like Scorpio. Strength, 6 of Coins. You may get your karma back in fire seasons, or when the sun is at its peak, or summer seasons. You may like summer. I'm over it, cause like I don't understand how I got a summer cold. I know how, but like I'm just like, really? You know, I guess the illness could be worse, right? But still, I'm just looking like 9 of Cups on the bottom. So fire seasons may be death seasons for you. You have like 3 of them. Yeah. I was trying to figure, I was like, is it 3 or is it 4? No, it's 4. 4 elements. 10 of Pentacles. You reap your rewards in the sun, or by having a cheerful attitude, or by letting things go and like burning it off. For some of you guys, you're burning off like calories. Some of you guys, you're getting tanned. Some of you guys, you're existing in the sun a little bit more. You get your vitality and stuff like that. I'm gonna put it back in the thing. I feel like there's more messages to recycle before I put the cards on. I saw the tower at the bottom. So there's something that's gonna shake some shit up. King of Wands. Yeah, fire season is going to be really interesting. So Leo season can be really interesting for you guys, even though you guys are Neptune. It's a death cycle. What you are is no longer. Huh. So I have the King of Wands, Eight of Pentacles, and the Death. It's almost like, wow, something like really insignificant takes you down. Or something really small. You got Two of Pentacles. And again with the Justice. Ten of Swords. Again with the Five of Wands. Something, oh, what's going on here? There. Yeah, the Lovers at the bottom. And then Judgment. So one small little thing is going to trigger this at Knight of Cups. And the Sun. So the Sun is very significant. Wheel of Fortune. It's almost like Ace of Swords. It's almost like this couldn't have happened in the wintertime. Like this had to happen in the summertime. It had to happen when it was warm. Almost like all the cards fell. Page of Cups. Almost like the energy needed the Sun. So it could be a very young, masculine presence. I already feel like I know what this is for me, but whatever. For you guys, the summertime is the best time to reap rewards and benefits and things like that. You could be drawn to the Sun. You could be drawn to going out. There's something about this Eight of Pentacles, though, that's going to cause a death cycle. It's almost like this energy is watching and waiting. So this may not be, I gotta like get these cards. This may not be like significant to you, but maybe watch the video that I did. It's like an 8-minute video on the planetaries. I forget what it's called. I think it's called the setup or something like that. Like something like that. I know it was like a lot of shit back then. It's called the setup, and it just talks about some planetary shit that's going down that I feel in conjunction with like conspiracy theories, and like watching them and then like thinking about stuff. But like all that shit's like energizing, because I talked about Neptune and how Neptune left for a different a different paradigm, and and how Neptune I know I should have could have just paused this fucking video, right? And how Neptune left because it didn't want to be a part of the energy that was going on. So maybe while Neptune is retrograde, you guys will get a lot of clarity about things. My Neptune is naturally retrograde, so it probably would be a better time for me than some people. But Neptune time paradigms, it could be some detail that you're some detail is going to trip you up or try to trip you up, or it could be some sort of childhood trigger that comes on that causes a death cycle, or you grow. You change your attitude on how you see it. If you're somebody who tried to, I like Capricorn season, I like Sag season. That's when my New Year starts, in Sag season. But if you're someone who gets like SAD, seasonal affective disorder, I do. But I tend to be more productive. But if you get that and you try to do escapist stuff, do a lot of your healing work in the summertime, because you are not, from what I'm getting, not the best at trying to solve problems in the wintertime, or when things naturally like slow down. Like, you have to have them when they're full bloom. So like, I don't know, I feel like at the end of the year, you guys Neptunians need to be more like just like counting the number of things you accomplished, like that judgment card, and making like calls on what to do, as opposed to like, some people naturally need to be more reflective at the end of the year and kind of like really contemplate some shit. Like, you guys need to keep your energy up. It's almost like you need to store this masculine energy or this like playful energy for when the environment isn't so fruitful, or when it's less productive, or whatever, depending on where you are in the world, like, obviously. But for most of the people that watch, they're probably in the northern hemisphere where I am. So there's that. This Eight of Pentacles could be related to your work. So there could be some work wounds that you have to work through. You might have to let go of a job. You may have to let go of the perception of what a job is, the perception of how you fit in jobs and stuff like that. And make a judgment call on that. Be more balanced, give and take, things like that. Seven of Cups. Yeah, like this idea of things which are elusive. You got the Seven of Cups, Three of Cups, and then Ace of Cups. Some of you guys are letting go of friends too. Friends with like habits that may not be conducive. They actually may call you a few names. You're like, damn, like, I thought we like were cool. But it was like, no, you were never cool. It feels like this is a friend who's very deceptive. So like, some of you guys are like having a Neptunian person leave. It's almost like the Neptunian conflict. The conflict of Neptune going in retrograde. Because people, you know, they think Neptune going in retrograde is like you can be more clear. But in many ways, it could slow you down if you're not careful. But for a lot of you guys, this person leaves and it's a fresh start. A Tower. It could be somebody you knew for a really long time. Also, someone who knows stuff about you. So pay attention to that. The World. This person was holding you back. Judgment. This person could also leave your life like they leave. It's almost like Neptune retrograde is also a pressure cooker for people to like, I don't know, like almost like the projections and the perceptions that they have cause them to like naturally just like leave. Like an example for me, I had a situation not during Neptune retrograde. Four Swords. I always think about your crown chakra being activated and getting like insights and knowledge. Somebody like, we had an argument and they left my life, and they like, you know, they showed themselves the door, and I closed it and I bolted it behind me, or behind them. People may start doing that, making it seem like I just can't handle this energy. I can't handle your energy. And it's like, no, you can't handle the energy that's around. You can't handle this around because you're forced. Yeah, you're forced to own up to the fact that certain things are ending. So people who can't deal with like shit ending in their lives and moving forward, and also just being happy and content. Those sorts of people are going to make themselves apparent when they're not at peace. There's a lot of people that ain't at peace. So Neptune retrograde might just be people kirking out because they're not at peace. And you got to deal with that. Eight of Pentacles. It could be people at your job. It could be people just frustrated with how things work in general with Eight of Pentacles. But a lot of energy with Neptune, especially in this retrograde, is getting clear on what you're going to release, getting clear on what you're going to introduce, making sure that your natural cycles and rhythms of life are in alignment with what you naturally are. Neptunian people, you probably need to go out into the sun a little bit more. And yeah, some of the people are going to see themselves, see themselves out because they can't handle the energy of change, and they can't handle evaluating themselves, especially if they're not at peace. Eight of Swords. There's nothing that you could have done. You got Eight of Swords, Nine of Cups, Four Cups. There's nothing that you could have done that would have kept this person here. They wanted to leave. Six of Wands. They wanted to leave. There's something waiting for them that's much better on another timeline. Six of Pentacles. So let them go with kindness. To the person who left, you know what it was. Ace of Pentacles. It's almost like in the future, if you look at this, you walk past this person, you'll recognize them, but you won't. Like, and don't stop to turn around and say hi. Just kind of let the energy move. It's almost like the Wheel of Fortune needs to turn smoothly. And if you interrupt that energy, it doesn't put you in another cycle with them, right? Like, because you walking past your ex and turning around and saying hi doesn't mean you're gonna end up back in their bed, or you're gonna end up moving back together, or the engagement is back on or some shit. But it does mean that they take up rent, they're occupying something. Three of Pentacles. And you have to focus on other things now. And then for some of you guys, looking at their eyes, or they're very alluring, they may have that a certain attachment on them, actually. Five of Wands. There's a certain attachment that may be on them that you really don't need to look at them, because putting your eyes on them really does, like, trap you. Page of Pentacles, Page of Wands. This is a lot of young energy. So these are cycles from when you were younger, or when you finish the cycles, you're going to feel Four of Wands. You're going to feel lighter. For some of you, I'm sorry. I know you're like, it's the worst fucking video. It's just because I did the dairy. I love dairy, but it doesn't love me right now. But this indecision has to stop. You can't be indecisive about whatever you're doing. You have to make a decision. You have to go forward. You have to admit to yourself the truth of what you feel and why you feel it. And this, So this might kick off Leo season. Or some fire season, but the sun came up. So Leo season, or the summertime, when the sun is out the most. Knight of Cups. A lot of dreams, wishes, hopes coming coming true. Good for you guys. Okay. I'm gonna get off of here because I didn't cough like 11 times. I done dropped cards. You haven't seen my face like 2-3 minutes while I'm like trying to pick the cards up. It's obvious for Neptune that there's a lot of distractions and a lot of habits you have to wade through and a lot of circumstances that are gonna take your energy or pull at your energy or cause you little things. Deal with those little things. They're probably the things that have been tripping you up, and things probably from your childhood, and people that have long-standing relationships with you, like long-term relationships, or like their interactions with you have had long-term consequences, and so them leaving will have long-term consequences as well. Tower is coming back out, Judgment as well, and that Emperor is trying to peek out too. So that's all that's all I have for you. Thank you for watching. I probably will do a bonus for Neptune because I felt bad for how this one turned out. So I hope you enjoyed it though. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.